always use Mozilla as my browser. I'm going to go up. I have your guys' website saved as 8th grade science. There it is. Now, if you scroll down to the chapter activities, you can click on like this standards assessment in English or Spanish. I would recommend English. You can do standards assessment in English or Spanish again. So you have a review and you have an assessment. Click on one of them. You guys did this last year, I think. We were in chapter 1. And now you click it again. So here it is again. Standards review, standards assessment. You can do both. They're pretty much the same thing. They're a multiple choice test. So click on the standards review. There it is. You're going to answer the questions. The neat thing is that if you need help, I think it's telling you, no, that's just your standard. It doesn't matter. But anyway, we'll say left here. Let's pretend that we answered them all. We scroll down after we're done. So there's 15 questions. Submit your answers. It's going to tell you how many you got wrong, how many you got right. So I got 1 wrong. Okay. And then you can go back and redo it. It'll tell you what the right answer is if you got it wrong. Okay. When you scroll to the bottom, you have the option of sending me an email. So you would type in your first and last name. Then you would send it to yourself if you want, or at least you send it to me, because this is how you get the extra credit, is when I receive the email. So there's my email. You guys all have it on the front page of your planner. Okay? You can also send it to yourself just in case I don't believe you or something happens. There's my other email. And you say email the results. And then I get an email and then I give you extra credit. So you may do the standards review once and you may do the standards assessment once, both for 1 point of extra credit on the test. Okay, so if you practice it this way, then I will give you 1 point of test extra credit. Now, the caveat is you have to have a C or higher when you've answered your questions. Okay? So if you're doing this and you get an F because you didn't answer the questions correctly, then I'm not giving you the extra credit. You can use your book, you can use your notes, you can Google the answers. I don't care how you get them. Brianna.
Can you post this on the website too?
I am. I said I would. That's why I'm recording it.
Okay.
Emma.
For the extra credit from page 82 and 83, does that go just towards homework?
It goes towards homework extra credit.
And are we getting 1 point?
1 point for that page, or
So
those
2 points?
pages. 1 point for the textbook extra credit, 1 point for each of the test online extra credits. Okay? Kristen.
You said that for this, you have to get a C or higher, but are you allowed to do it more than once and then email?
No, just once. So do it well. I mean, you can do it as many times as you want, but I seriously do not want 15 emails from you as you try to get your C. I want you to think about your answers. I want you to look them up if you don't know and get it right. And then, you don't get it right. I'm not going to be that upset, but I don't want you just clicking buttons making random guesses. If you don't know, you can look it up.
I mean, like, if you get an A minus and you're like, oh, I could totally get an A on this.
Don't send it to me twice.
And then, no, you don't send it to you. You
There
just
you go.
open another one.
What? I'm not going to know, am I? I just don't want 15 emails from you. Okay? Caitlin.
Doing all the extra credit would be like enough to study from?
It's good studying because it's from the book. The problem that most of you guys have is not on the regular questions, it's on the essay questions. So if you really want to review and practice for your test, I would make sure that you know the answers at the end of each lesson. You know those questions, that you can answer those questions. The other great way to study is those reading check questions that are in the middle of each. Those are great. If you can answer those questions, you're going to be fine. Okay? Anybody else? Kristen?
You said 82 and 83 extra credit. Do you want them in complete sentences?
They have to be in complete sentences to get the extra credit. Okay, so I will post this to